So I got the wheels off of the cab, and geez, this thing never fails to impress me. It's just, I was taking the wheel off and I was just looking here, I'm like, holy hell, just look at that. Absolutely insane. I mean, the rotors are chromed. It's just, I don't know, crazy. Calipers painted. Braided lines ran everywhere. That's a transcooler line that was never used. And I don't think the truck needs it. It's not something you drive. But like, look at that! Look at that! Where that car? Right there. That's the greaser cap, which is also on the ball joints, which is pretty crazy. I mean, pull them off for your greasers. Just absolutely insane. Suspension is all, I mean, it was chromed. It's gonna need a lot of cleaning, but even the freaking shock in there is body color. Starter's painted, block, trans, and I mean, it's just insane. I'm gonna get the truck up on the lift at some point. I'm gonna be able to take like really good video of it, but it's just crazy. But yeah, this is it. This is what I'm about to fix on the cab. It's got a pretty hefty dent, which was probably made loading it on a trailer once upon a time. More of a scratch on the fender, so shouldn't be that hard to fix. I'm probably gonna break it off on this line as far as the clear goes and just clear down, and then obviously paint from here down, and then just blend it back. The other damage is back here on the cab. Nothing crazy, just pretty, I mean, it looks, I guess, pretty ugly here, but it's not that bad. I mean, once you start pulling it out, it'll all come out really clean. And then again, paint here. I'm gonna try to break it off down here on this body line. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in once I start on it, but I just want to avoid doing the whole side just because it's just more room for error. If I don't have to, I guess it's smarter not to. On the bed, I had no other choice, so I had to do the whole thing, but we're gonna try that on here. I'm gonna go get new tires right now, but I had to get this on video before I go about it. So, don't know if we know much about tires. So the first two numbers indicate the week of the year, and the last number is the year itself. 2000s were 00 for 2000, and 2001 is 02, and so on and so forth. So this is indicated as 6, which means it's from 1996. So these tires, and that's how the rear ones were too, but I wasn't recording then when I was doing it. But yeah, so these tires are from 1996, which is the year I was born. Kind of crazy. So I'm gonna probably keep one of them just to have it. I'm gonna go get new tires right now. Like I said, I want to make longer videos this time versus just small little clips to be able to do better, I guess, content and make the video look overall better. I feel like if you do a bunch of small snippets, it just looks like, I don't know, something like a little kid just did. So that's something I'm gonna work on. Hope you guys can bear with me, but so yeah, today we'll start that. We'll practice. We'll record literally everything. I'm gonna lay out the tools, and then I'll start working on those dents, and then see how it goes. Hopefully it all comes out smooth. Talk to you guys in a bit. All right, so got the truck outside. Wheels, I should say I got it back on the ground. I got the wheels mounted up with the new tires and just polished the barrels and the inside, or I guess outside and inside barrels, and just lightly touched on the face, just for lack of, I guess just to save a little bit of time for now, because I'm about to go back over them anyways. I mean, the rears need like the final polishing, and then the fronts need it's a two-step polish. So you hit it once with, I think yellow, and then you go to white pad. But yeah, so the truck's outside. Got the battery disconnected because I might be welding on it. I'm not sure yet. So I got the door panels off the other day before I brought it home, or before I brought it here at home. So I am going to try to hammer out that dent that's down here. It's kind of hard to get to without like a crowbar of some sort. So I'm gonna attempt this first before I just start grinding it and pulling it. Because sometimes if you start grinding it and pulling it from the center, because I'm trying to keep it the smallest, you'll end up pulling the metal, and it'll get worse and worse and worse. So I'm trying to avoid going up. So I'm gonna try to beat it out as much as I can, and then just try to keep it small. I mean, I'm gonna be right up there, honestly. I mean, hopefully I can keep it to like here for body work, and then just prime to like here roughly. But hopefully. So I was gonna try to pry on it first before I start hammering on it. So let's see how this goes. I just want to make sure I pry in the right area. Last thing I want to do is pry too high. If I shake my head, I'm sorry. We have a bunch of gnats and they try to get in your ears and in your eyes, and it just drives me nuts. But so, sorry in advance. Alright, oh yeah, right here's where I pushed. So that brought that area out. Okay, well that's as far as I can go forward. I might use a screwdriver. We have a longer, like that has a little angle to it, so let's see if a big screwdriver gains me anything. Okay, I'm just gonna trust my gut on this. Oh, the wiring was not a good idea to do that. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that worked. But I need to work on that center dip. I just don't want to kick on filler. That's just the wrong way to do it. I like to work the metal out at least till it's fairly decent, and then filler from there. I don't trust the pry bar. I just don't want to overwork it, and I want to keep checking it as I go. Right, I saw that one move for sure. All right, that was a really good hit. That hit, I'm not exactly sure where, but might have pushed it out a tad too much. But that actually worked very well. I have to hammer it back in, but... Or maybe not. No, that actually probably worked out perfectly. Alright, now I just gotta work out this. I'm gonna have to put a stud on it. It just seems that way. I'll show you guys what that is right now. And first, let's see. Just work our way backwards. Okay, we're back. The GoPro, well, let's make sure we're back. Alrighty, we're back. So the GoPro decided to overheat. It's a Hero 10, and honestly, before buying it, there's a bunch of terrible reviews. And one of them was overheating, and the other one's a low battery life, which are both true. I figured maybe mine would be fine, but hopefully, I haven't looked to see if GoPro released an update. But anywho, I didn't get too much further than what I was at last time. I think I was just masking the glass, said I was going to do that. And then I just grounded it. I grounded the area that I'm going to be working on. It's just basically a dent here, and then a fairly big dent here. So I'm going to start metal working that out, and then hopefully we'll be able to see this kind of push. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but we'll be able to see that hopefully start lifting up as we work it out. I should bring that little stool out here because it's not doing anything in there. There you go. Okay. That might be hot enough. Let's see when the GoPro decides to die again. Which I hope it doesn't, but it will. Whoa, that came out easy. That was a little too easy. Oh, well, it didn't come out yet. Huh. Okay. Let's take this back off. This one might be a little too hot. Nope, we're good. I'm gonna go to the right of that if I can get it. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's not hot enough. All right, I'm just gonna give it one good pull. It's gonna break right off. really poor ground. Wait, which way? It is this way. It's backwards, I think. Yeah, it's backwards. Oh, it did not break off. Well, there you go. That's not bad. I do need one down here for sure, so I'll grind that downwards.
This is awkward. I'll just stand like over here. There you go.
Remember trying to keep it away from the top of the door. That might not be enough. The paint is cracking here, so I needed to do that anyways. Honestly, it's got more films than I like, or more film build than is recommended. But honestly, the truck's lasted a long time this way, so that's not to say it can't still last another 30 years, nearly 30 years. I mean, if it was built back in '92, it's just crazy. Alrighty, cool. Now I just gotta get that one. All right, let's pull that out. Yeah, I'm gonna be past the edge. We'll see. I wanted to avoid. I guess I could break it here. This right there. Whoa, hello. There you go, that broke right off. Alright, I'm gonna call that good. I'm just gonna grind that off. Alright, that should be good. I'm just gonna hit it with a mini DA and a 150 grit. The right way to do this is feathering, which you literally like pull back everything and then glaze to the end. But I just avoid that on this truck just because I try to keep things small. So I'll probably just like I did on the bed, I'll just hit the edges and then glaze this area. I'll probably Scotch-Brite the outside to be safe. But for the most part, I'll try to keep it really small. Alright, so the GoPro overheated and then the battery was really low, so I just let it cool off for a little bit. But the glaze is hardened. I'm just gonna use a DA to kind of like rough it in. I don't know if anybody watching is trying to get into bodywork, but what I found over the years, I should say, is thin on the edges and thick in the middle. So like if you have a dent, I usually go bubbled out and then I block downward. This idea is similar. I mean, it was a long one, so I should have thinned it out back here, but I didn't. But anywho, I wonder if I went far enough back. I actually didn't. You can see where I DA'd further. So it's gonna need another swipe, I can already tell. I should probably do this before keep going because this will change everything up here, so Alright, now this, I have no idea how that's gonna look. It's really full in the bottom. Alright, that's enough. Well, this has to be swiped again. I can block the front one though. Either way, that's higher, so. So, I always like to block in X patterns. Just don't really know, give you a specific reason, just because it gives you crosshatch. And you also block things this way and block things that way, so it catches all the edges. This is still full. It's low here. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but should be able to block it out. And they broke through up there, which is fine. This, it had a little roll to it. Probably a factory deal, but no big deal. Alright, that feels really good. The backside bottom feels full, so block that. When I say full, I mean like pregnant, I guess. Like it feels like it, like here it comes up. This is an acquired skill, feeling bodywork. Usually it helps with a towel if you don't have much feeling, or if you can't distinguish things. If you put a towel in your hand and then use that to go over, it helps out a lot. Because sometimes like the smooth and the sandpaper and the filler all have different feels to them. So just for anyone wanting to try this stuff, it ain't really hard, honestly. If I can do it, anybody can do it. This is 150 grit. I'm not sure if I said that. This is 150 on the DA, 150 on this. I still feel something funny over here. Yes, it's... And it's kind of cool. Sometimes as you're blocking, like here you can see the scratch is filled with glaze. That tends to happen from time to time. It's always pretty cool to see, because that means you're blocking right. All right, truck's in the booth. Yeah, back in the booth. So I just gotta make up some glaze to pick up where I left off. Let's start with this one. I don't know if you can see, you should be able to see a lot better here. There's actually a lot more than I could see outside. Those are all pinholes, little black dots. Which again, isn't nothing scary, like, it happens. It always happens. Alright. Hopefully that's good. Oh wow, this is Very pinholy. Usually when you put it on fairly thick like I did, that's where you get most of them. That should be good, honestly. Yeah, she used 150. I'm gonna grab some 220 to have here, because I'm gonna probably finish it off with 220. A little bit finer grit. I gotta pull that bolt out. You can't forget that. I can't wait to have this truck up on the lift. I haven't done that yet, but I'm excited to see everything from the bottom. I should have drove the truck up on the ramps to bring it up a little more. And also I don't want to flatten this either. I ought to put some tape right there. Let's recycle some tape. There's and then 800, and then my DA. Alrighty. So point is to prime anywhere you have anything coarser than 400 grit paper. Make sure you have at least 2 coats over that. And the red, you guys heard me earlier saying gray. That's a finer one. That one you can paint over. And then the red is a coarser one, which you can still paint over, but sometimes if you're painting a silver or something, you're risking it. I mean, I have to remask all this. This is just temporary masking for this. I should probably dig it into the back of the cab. Alright, that's ready. Click this up here. And then it's 800. So this is 800 on the DA. This can go over the graphics, not a big deal. That was... Trying not to hit the rocker that's down there. Stick some weird stuff on here though to clean. Get some tape. Shouldn't need that many, but can never be too safe. Alrighty. That's it. Now it is time to get a little wax and grease wipe down.
It's fine, it'll fly.
Okay, I need to mask off that rocker. Alright, that should be good. I'll blow off the floor, clean this stuff up. Cool, well, I'm gonna clean it up, mask it. I don't think there's any point in really showing that. I'll mask it, and then I'll fire it back up once it's time to paint, or prime, I should say.